This is a massive one. Why can't the referee just say, let's stop the game and let's go back 30 seconds?
Yeah, I heard quite a few people ask that question. I understand why people would ask that question. And actually, the VAR and the AVAR asked themselves that question too. When the penny dropped as to what had happened, I think 20 seconds had passed. And at that point, they considered whether or not they could intervene to stop the game, but they recognise that the laws of the game as set by FIFA and the International FA Board doesn't allow that. There's obviously a process in place that sits in the laws of the game about how we use VAR to make sure it's delivered consistently throughout every league in the world, and it doesn't allow you to go back in those circumstances. And as such, they decided not to intervene.
You said that it was his best game in an Arsenal shirt. Why? What was different?
I like this lad in so many aspects, but I think he's got so many weaknesses as well. To be Arsenal's centre-forward for the long term, am I getting carried away about just one game? No, I'm not. I still think the questions are out there. What you cannot question with this lad is his work rate. He's a fantastic runner. He times his runs well. He knows where the goal is. He arcs his runs perfectly well to stay onside. And he is lethal in front of goal. He is one of the very best finishers in the Premier League. And of course, we saw that in no uncertain terms yesterday. Now, with all that, which are the main things, there are some negatives as well. Let's have a look at some of his negatives first. And before we show this clip, or we'll show it first, Ashley, I want to get your take on that. Now, that, as a centre-forward, before we go and see Aston Villa breaking away and nearly scoring, how important as a midfielder, or as a defender for that matter, when you give your centre-forward the ball, is how imperative is it for him to keep it and bring you into play?
It's so imperative. You know, when you're coming out, whether it be a defender, whether it be a midfielder, you know you want your striker to be confident to come down the line of the ball and be able to hold the play up, to then link it and give it to the midfielders to then run off. If you haven't got confidence in your striker that you're giving into him, that he's not going to hold it, you're not going to start playing the passes, and you're going to be worried that, you know, when he does come down the line of the ball, he's going to get frustrated because you think he's just going to lose the ball. And like you see here, Aston Villa go on the counter-attack, and they're unfortunate they don't score. Yeah,
could and should have been a goal. So his link-up play, Steve, is definitely something. His touch here is fantastic. He was quite unbelievable. Things that he should really be doing, it should be easy for him. This is an absolutely brilliant position as a centre-forward. That ball coming into you there, wow, that should light everybody's eyes up. Look at the runs that you can make off. Anybody can be making runs. Hold the ball up, you're a big, strong centre-forward, and lay it off, and all of a sudden, touch like a bit of a trampoline there in his boot, and he gives the ball away again. Watching this, sometimes when you're going a one-on-one, just that little lift, a goalkeeper comes out, when they spread themselves, their bottom leg normally lies flat to the ground. So even just a yard off the floor is perfect. He actually curled that higher than he needed to, but what a lovely finish. His choice of finishing is exceptional as well, and by and large, he doesn't miss when he's in front of goal.
And he's finding form at exactly the right time in terms of the title push.
Absolutely, yes. This season, I think he's top goal scorer in the Premier League, I think, in terms of this year, I should say, this calendar year, 2026. We can see there, starts 10, 8 goals compared to double that, really. You know, you can see starts 18 and less goals in 2025. So he's certainly coming into a bit of form just when they need him, actually. This will be a real negative for the Spurs management. Now, I mean, you played in this position, Ashley. What the last thing I suppose you can do is allow, or your eyes would light up, but a ball in this type of area into a centre forward's feet when really you're in, you know, it's a safe place, isn't it? You're happy with a man out there.
Of course, you know, I think the communication here has got to be between the midfielders to stop that pass coming in. But, you know, all the defenders, they look like they just want to run back to the goal. The line is so, you know, it's all over the place.
Yeah, just
you've got two that are dropped, you've got two that are higher. And then when you've got a striker that's in the middle of the goal here, you know, it's like what we used to do in finishing. You know, put it in that D, take two touches and then finish the ball. Yeah. No, it's not what you want to see. You want to get everyone back in a shape where, you know, you're compact, and there just is no compactness there.
I mean, I could have drawn that square bigger, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 really within that square, and one ball has gone right into the middle of it, into a dangerous position. I mean, that's just unforgivable. That has to be cut out. You have to be forcing the ball out wide or back. The manager was only there for 5 days. Their season didn't start, or his tenure didn't start against Arsenal, really. This is a class team that showed their class and outclassed Tottenham. Their season pretty much starts now.
Well, let's